Hey, everybody. It's Friday night, UMRV. And we've got Spectre in the server. How you doing, Eli? So Spectre's in the server with us, but he's having mic problems. He might get those worked out here at some point, and we'll be able to hear him talk. And I think DoughBoy's trying to get in. He is, he hadn't upgraded quite yet, so I think he's in the process of getting all that finalized and coming on in at some point. Sadly, Rockhound's not going to be with us tonight. I think he's got a previous commitment or something else going on. Oh, look, there he is, right there in chat. How you doing, Rockhound? So last stream we talked about the issues where when we were cultivating we couldn't fertilize, it wouldn't take it, and since then I've looked up in the Giants forums and that is a known issue with 1.5.1 that seems to be the act of cultivating doesn't fertilize, but it gives a fertilization coloring to the field. So it, you know, typically if you cultivate it's a lighter brown, and then you fertilize and it's a darker brown, but when you cultivate now it's putting that dark brown color down, and that dark brown color is basically making it not take the fertilizer that you put down. So we're gonna have to just go straight from cultivation to seeding, and that should then put the fertilization down for us, and then we'll just need to fertilize once the crops pop up out of the ground. Alright, we're working over here on that wonky field, field 38. We're just finishing up the north-south section of the field, then we'll move over and do the east-west section of the field. Hey Delta Bravo, thanks for dropping by. Have yourself a good evening at work. Alright, so we're just going to go over here. Check this out. He's getting all jacked. There we go. Oh, what happened to this whole section? Oh, I remember. I was talking with DoughBoy about his problems, and we were, and I went right and forgot about having to go left. He is coming in. Hey, American Farmer, or Farming, how are you doing? Welcome to the server, DoughBoy. Glad to have you back. Where are we at with the process of the challenge? Well, we've got pretty much all the fields 1 to 31, or 1 to 32 are cultivated, seeded, and fertilized.
Good evening, gents.
The fields on the far left that are kind of hidden by GPS, hey, how you doing, are plowed and cultivated. Most of the fields to the south of Wilson Stables are plowed and cultivated. So we're working on the bottom fields. We still need to plow field 31 and 34, the big boys. What's Silver Dragon up to tonight? Alright, I'm going to tab out real quick. Just means the game's going to go quiet.
Oh, I've been in the market for looking for a new microphone.
Oh? Are you looking for like a headset microphone or another boom?
No, actually, I'm looking at a Blue Yeti USB mic.
Ooh, a fancy one. Oh, not hear me on Discord, or is you just responding when you hear me in chat or in YouTube?
Well, I was trying to set up my push to talk, and I'm trying to get the balance out.
Alright, because we've had a little bit of audio issues tonight, so I'm not sure if I was worried your delay was as a result of you not hearing me in Discord, but just wanting to check.
No, I was just trying to set things up.
Hey Rob, how are you doing?
But like I said, I'm looking into a new microphone set, and my son-in-law had suggested a Blue Yeti.
Yeah, I think they're pretty fancy. What's up, well, American? You got a question, American Farming?
Son-in-law does a lot of YouTube and a lot of he has like a he uses a program for a vaping program he does, and this is a microphone he uses, and it's through 2 computers as well. You know, he has like the sound mixer boards and all that good stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think the Blue Yeti is like close to. It's like a. It's like one of those big old condenser mics. I think it's supposed to emulate like a condenser mic.
Yes, it is a condenser mic, and it's a professional unit. Yes, it's quite large. You can put it on a boom, the whole 9 yards. It does have a desk mount, fairly, and it's quite large. But it does a lot. There's a lot of benefits to it, and people that do YouTube and otherwise, it seems to be the trend. But he uses it as a different program, and he swears by it.
Okay, I see your American Farming. He's wondering how the private mods on this server. But you're not going to. They're that's why they're private. Now next week when we do our DLC streaming, I'm gonna basically just activate the DLC.
But also for me being here in Canada, that I've been looking at just like headsets with microphones, USB connection, and they start at like $120 to almost $200 just for those. And so going this Yeti, if I'm going to spend out that kind of money, I might as well go that route, you know,
Right.
price-wise.
Yeah. Now next week when we do the DLC, like I was saying, we're just going to do in-game equipment and the DLC stuff. You'll be able to join us with that, but
and some of the headsets I've seen from the stores, they look cheap, and I don't like to buy cheap.
yeah. Now I'm using a cheap, like $30 Logitech headset. It seems to work pretty good. I'm sure one of the more expensive mics would sound a little better, but this seems to work for me though, as long as I don't drop it.
Right. Well, I've been trying to find the Logitech, because I use Logitech speakers and such, and my wife uses a Logitech USB headset mic type of setup, and she paid like $30 for hers, but for me to get that, what she has, I can't find it in Canada.
Yeah, I think that's one of the big issues, is it might not be imported, or like, you know, the stores that you have access to just have elected not to carry it or whatever.
Right, yeah, well see, she bought hers at her Walmart. I go to my Walmart here, and they don't carry that particular unit at my store, and yet they're two of the same, like the same store.
Yeah, I think the way Walmart works is that the area, or the local manager kind of gets to pick what they carry in their store, because certain stores, certain regions will have better sell-through on certain types of products and certain brands. So it's obviously available via Walmart, via their distribution and all that, but it may just be that for some reason that particular store has elected not to carry either Logitech products in general, or not to carry that particular headset. Maybe it wasn't a good seller, or maybe they just want to sell some higher end stuff. Who knows? Really.
True, very true.
Yeah. Now the only mods that are private on the server here are the pickup truck, Rockhound's pickup truck, and Rockhound's tipper that's down at the store. Rockhound had a T800 semi that was on here. We sold that and got the POW truck. The POW truck is public. You can get that from Rockhound's Facebook page.
Yeah, I see you got rain again, huh? Or is it still raining from the other night?
I think it started raining. I shut the server down and it wasn't raining. I started the server up and it was raining. So I think it just randomly started to rain. Rockhound also has a custom 8530 John Deere that's private, but there aren't too many private mods on here. But since he has tweaked them and edited them for his use, he just wants to obviously make sure that they don't get out.
Yeah, so like I was saying earlier,
because they were edited just for personal use.
That the 3 Dudes server is back up, and they did the updates on their server, I guess, for those ground mods, ground mods, and the other speed player, so I noticed they brought them up to speed.
Yeah, so yeah, Grizzly Bear Sims made a post that he had restarted the server and went ahead and updated the mods that were listed as needing to be updated. Because you can't update mods unless you shut the server down. So that's probably one of the reasons they didn't get updated overly quick is if there's people in it, then obviously you can't shut it down, so you kind of have to wait for a time when nobody's in it. And if you're not checking very often, you might miss those opportunities.
That's true.
So Genetic J is wondering if you could go to the Walmart, the Canadian Walmart website, and order it online and have it shipped to the store or shipped to you.
Well, that's another option I was thinking about. Just where my particular Walmart is, and me that I don't have a vehicle, and I can't drive anymore because of my medical issues. It's a long walk for me, and being just coming into winter, it's me and walking don't do too great. But yeah, I'm looking into that myself.
So the wife told me the other day, our local grocery store has some new curbside service. Somehow you go online and you basically pick and choose what you want somebody else to buy you. And then you basically tell them when you're going to be there to pick it up, and they basically will go shop. You obviously have bought it when you did it all online, so they'll shop it, they'll pull it from the shelves, and then bag it and bring it out to your car, and just there you go. Shopping done.
Yeah, I've seen that. There's online shopping. Yeah, they're trying that here too, and it might be beneficial for my area because it's basically old age and or pensioners and disability in my area, so something like that might be beneficial to people in that respect.
Yeah, apparently it's free if you do it a few times, and then after that it's like a $5 surcharge.
Well, yeah, it becomes a service, so, you know, they would probably make, you know, they might say, okay, well, okay, say you spend $200 for an example of groceries, they might say, okay, it's going to cost you $5, $6, $10 for us to do you that service, you know, kind of deal.
Just the whole section. Yeah, because you know it's beneficial if you're busy. You know, if like I gotta get these things and I'm running late, trying to get home from work and everything, then you could kind of on a maybe on a lunch break or on a break at work, go in and order your stuff up and basically say I'll be there to pick it up at 7 o'clock. Or like us, we've got kids, so there are some nights where we got to pick the youngest up from daycare by 6, or they charge us extra. The oldest has got karate, and she's got to be picked up by 5:30. And then we both get home, we both get off work, and live about 35 minutes away. So, you know, by the time we get home from work, it's almost 5:30. And then, of course, the youngest kid is like, you know, starving when we pick him up from daycare. So he's not willing to sit around and wait an hour and a half or 2 hours to get anything to eat. So having a place that can shop for you, and you can just swing by and pick it up, you know, literally pull in and say, okay, I'm outside. That could be a pretty big benefit.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say about the people having kids, like you're saying, you know, the working mom and dad and having to pick the kids up or this, that, or the other, and you've just run out of that time to, okay, we have to hit the store, and you could be in a store 20 minutes, you can be in the store 10 minutes, you know. It depends on how much people are in the store too. Like, you figure fast in and out, sometimes it's not so fast in and out.
Yeah, and sometimes you got a kid that's not really behaving well, or maybe he's sick, and you were like, well, there's only one of me. He's sick. I got to get to the store. I can't leave him by himself. You know, I need somebody to shop for me is what I need, and there you go. $5, somebody can shop for you, and you can go pick it up. Rob, that's
Like I said,
Silver
it'll
Dragon
be
from
beneficial
3 Dudes.
in different ways, and it's new. But then, like I said, and even for somebody that, like the older pensioners or something, you know, that their mobility's not very well. That's another part of the age brackets that can probably benefit from it too. You know how sometimes you have that 90-year-old granny that's got the big boat of a car. She's looking through the steering wheel, and you're surprised that she can still drive the thing at her age.
Yeah. So apparently DoughBoy and Spectre are both having mic problems tonight. So that's why we're not hearing them say anything.
Oh, that's not good.
They gotta try to, you know, they're gonna need to figure it out. Now I ran into a problem. I decided to update Windows to the 1709 release, and it decided to jack all my sound settings. So I've got 3 monitors, and they all have speakers on them, and it readdressed basically how it was identifying each monitor. So when I booted it up, all the sound was real low, and then I realized the sound was coming out of my side monitor and not my front. I had to fix that. And then in Discord, everything was set to default. So DoughBoy was trying to chat with me earlier, and I couldn't hear him. Then I started hearing a little faintness out of one of my side monitors, and it's because Discord had changed the output to default versus the headset. And also my mic was set to default. It wasn't set to my headset mic, but it was working. So that's one thing, DoughBoy, is I put that in Discord, is maybe it's possible that something like that happened to you, and Discord for some reason has got your mic set to the wrong input, even though it was literally working right before you came in game. Just check the audio settings in Discord and see if the mic input is set to what it should be.
Yeah, and I'm trying out the push to talk, so I'm trying to get myself used to that also.
You could close Discord out and try to reopen it and see what that does.
Everybody hear me?
I hear you fine.
Fine my end too.
I don't hear you anymore.
How about now?
Yeah, now. Not now, though.
I
No?
believe he does the push to talk.
I know I'm just pulling with him because I know he didn't talk much.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Verizon guy.
I was just thinking that.
So, this is annoying.
Okay. Just gonna leave me hanging. Alright, that field's already been cultivated.
If I have to play in windowed mode, because if I play in full screen mode, when I leave to push to talk or anything, my farming sim screen goes blank. When I'm playing in windowed mode, I have to have my mouse in the Discord panel in order to talk up, but I can't steer in the game when the mouse is in the other window, so it's in the Discord window, so it's weird.
It is weird, although I've always played in windowed mode because that's the only way I can get OBS to register the game. And of course, if I Alt-Tab out of the game, then unless I have GPS running and cruise control, tractor stops. DoughBoy's wondering how you fixed your sound issues. Or that was how you fixed your sound issues, is you had to run in windowed versus full screen.
Nope, I did exactly what you said. Checked my sound settings on Discord and changed them back to what they were.
Okay.
So you're back to normal then.
I'm never normal.
Yeah, I noticed when I updated Windows 10 to 1709 that it jacked my audio settings, and I think it basically reinitialized all the different speaker outputs, because I've got basically a headset is one potential output, and I got 3 monitors which all have speakers because they're all hooked up to HDMI or DVI or DisplayPort and whatever, so they all have sound out on them. So when I click on the volume, I got like 5 potential things that could output sound. And I used to go to, I don't know, something-0. That was my center monitor. But now it's something-C is the center monitor, and something-0 is the right monitor. So I'm playing the update. Not the game update, but the Windows update. Hey Christian, how you doing?
There's a lot of updates that Windows wants you to take, and I don't take them in because my machine is more a gaming machine, so a lot of the updates are for like business, so I don't bother with them.
Genetic J is wondering if there's a setting that says mute window when not on top, or something like that. I don't know if that's in Discord or if that's just a general Windows setting. Christian, yeah, this is on PC, and this particular map is a closed map, so it's not a map that you'll be able to jump in and play with us on. But next week, when the DLC does come out,
setting for that in the Windows, something about foreground, something mentioned about foreground and such.
Next week, when the DLC comes out, I will be opening this server up to anyone that wants to join.
Wouldn't know.
And we'll just have the DLC map and the in-game equipment activated.
What are we working on?
I'm down here on field, where am I? I'm on field 40 cultivating. Just finished cultivating 38. So I figured I'd just cultivate whatever was plowed. There aren't too many fields left. So next week, and I'll just go ahead and announce that for everybody. Next week, Wednesday night stream will be on the Platinum DLC map. And we're going to open it up to anybody in my Discord channel. I'll post the password in the Discord channel. So if
I mentioned for that new DLC to come out.
So if you want to join my Discord channel, just let me know, and I'll let me know some way that I can send you an invite.
I've got a plow, so I'm going to plow 35.
Okay. So let me know somehow a way to send you an invite, and I will let you in, and then we can just basically have fun. We're going to stream the Platinum map Wednesday evening. Most of the day Thursday, because Thursday next week is my 1-year Simiversary, our farm Simiversary. I bought the game a year ago, next Thursday. We're going to stream the Platinum map Friday and Friday night. And then I'm just going to leave the server up for you guys
yeah,
to...
So I'm looking into upgrading my microphone, and I'm going to see what way I can do it the cheapest way, but, you know, if I have to be pulling out $100+ I may as well go with the Blue Yeti mic, you know?
Yep. So then, basically on Saturday, I'm just going to leave the server up, and y'all can mess with it
and unfortunately,
all weekend, all next week.
Your prices, you can get them a lot cheaper than we can, and it's like, really? You know?
Yeah, it's the price of the Canadian dollar versus the U.S. dollar, plus I'm sure there's export and import taxes and fees that come into play.
Right, and actually there's my one brother that lives in the States, he has a Walmart that he goes to, and a lot of the prefab desks that you can buy from there, like from their boxed furniture kind of deal, it's Canadian made, but yet my brother bought a desk, corner desk, and I bought the same one. It cost him $60, and it cost me almost $200 for the same thing, and it's made in Canada.
I don't know about that.
Don't they have IKEA up there?
We have it, but you're going to pay through the nose for a lot of IKEA stuff. It's expensive.
I think Canada's expensive.
Well, our cost of living is crazy.
Come move to DC.
The GPS mod probably came from ModHoster, modhoster.com. I don't think it's in the main mod hub.
Where I live in DC, it's ridiculous.
It may be in the main mod hub, Giants mod hub. I don't remember. I've had it for eons. Oh no. Oh no. Classic fat finger the keyboard.
No, you don't normally see the GPS mod in Mod Hub. I had it given to me through somebody that I played with it at one time on the server.
Yeah, I think it's over at modhoster.com. Probably over at FSUK. It's just search GPS mod FS17. It should come up. I mean, it's all over the place. It's been out a while, so it's should be pretty prevalent.
Well, the GPS mod, there was a couple of other ones that I like to use, but I couldn't find one that would work. And now they're out there, and the ones that are working, I can pretty much download them now, but earlier when 17 first came out, it was kind of hard to find unit or modules that would work for 17 when it first came out.
Yeah, I really wish the mod hub was much better organized, because it's basically impossible to find anything unless you click through every single page. There's no search feature. You know, it's pretty atrocious. Unless you basically look at what's current. But once it starts to fall off the top few pages, it becomes a nightmare to try to find anything.
So I know this is old news, but when is the DLC coming out?
Next Tuesday, the 14th. But if you if you ordered it from Giants, you could possibly download it Monday night after Germany goes to midnight. So Germany is 6 hours ahead of us on the East Coast, or at least they used to be. They might be 7 hours now. So if they're 6 hours ahead, we should, in theory, be able to download it around 6 p.m. Monday night.
Yeah, I also pre-ordered mine, and last DLC it came out, that's how it did. It came out a day earlier.
I kind of told myself that I wasn't really interested, but then I realized the other day that I'm not going to be going to play on any multiplayer servers if everybody else has it and I don't. So.
Well, for a little while. I was going to, like I was trying to tell chat, we're going to switch over to the Platinum DLC map Wednesday night next week. And we'll leave it on the server kind of in an open mode, 24/7 operation until the Tuesday or so after Thanksgiving. Because Thanksgiving week, we're not going to stream Wednesday night, the day before Thanksgiving. And we're not going to stream Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. I'll probably be back in town Saturday, but we might as well just do West Coast. So all of Thanksgiving week is basically, I'm not going to stream. Other people can stream all they want, but I'm not going to be able to. So I just figured I'd just leave the server up and leave it open. And anybody in the Discord channel that has the password can get in and play with it. I hear you now.
Oh my.
What fixed it?
Restarted the whole system.
You know, there's a really great IT show on BBC, or it used to be on BBC, called the IT Crowd. And anybody that's in IT, if you ever watch that show, you'll be like, oh my god, that is exactly like the real people. They always say, have you tried turning it off and back on again? Because that usually fixes the problem 90% of the time.
So basically your software come on.
No, because it worked on everything else.
And it worked before you got in game because we were chatting about it.
Yeah, OBS was working, everything was reading it. It was just...
One of the IT guys at my office will help me to reboot the computer. I say, you want me to do it your way or mine?
I was about ready to throw it out the window.
That's not fun.
Yeah, I reboot it with a 10.5 triple E right on the left side of the computer there.
Steel toe version?
But then we're talking about rubber burner here, and this rubber burner style, you know.
So Spectre's down on the unnumbered field plowing. I'm down on 40 cultivating. I suspect you're going to want to join him plowing because you love the 9R so much.
I have a tractor now.
You've been granted the ability to use a Rockhound Special.
Yeah, he bought me one 2 streams ago, remember? When we were in charge of the money?
Yeah.
I'm on 35, not the no-named one. And I have the other
Oh,
rock
okay.
special. And I have the other Rockhound Special.
So you have my tractor.
So what we need to do is we need to put that new multiplayer mod on that has to do owner vehicles or something, where basically you assign a player a vehicle and they're the only one that can get in it.
Some of us on here are grown up enough not to worry about it.
I've actually been experimenting with that mod, and from what I can see, the administrator of said it puts owners to it, so whoever jumps into the vehicle has basically moderated can do that. So I don't believe you can put into other players from what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, but everybody knows the password that's in here right now. Oh, it's all just fun.
Oh, I hear you.
But Betamax in chat says when it rains in North Dakota, all the farmers head to the bar. Not sure how it works where you're from.
When it rains around here, all the plumbers head to the bar.
Now the question is, as soon as I start game, am I going to lose sound again?
Let's hope not.
Only one way to find out.
You go windowed or
Oh,
full
my
screen?
viewers. Full screen.
Okay, well that was one thing that Spectre was finding was he had to go windowed mode in order to get sound. I've always played in windowed mode, so...
Yeah, but see, mine wasn't even registering me when I was out of game. I think it was a Discord thing.
But I also think Spectre also checked his Discord settings and he had to put them back to whatever they were.
Did you see that map video I posted in chat earlier today. It's of a new American map coming out.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. I seen it. I thought that was a little different. About that new guy making a new map, and he says he was explaining his map how it worked.
Yep, Tazewell County, Illinois. It's in the main channel. It's up a little bit.
Wasn't an awful lot of information about the map there. You just, oh, this business is a real business, but in a new location. And you didn't really go into much detail on the map, but
no, but that's to let you. Well, it's only like a 3-minute video, so you can't go into much detail. He was just kind of showing you the highlights and everything, but it's been sent to the Mod Hub for approval. So hopefully, in a week or week and a half, we'll have a new American map in the Mod Hub.
Whatever happened with Rockhound's mod and Mod Hub? Did he ever find out?
Yeah, it got kicked back with some suggestions. He told me he got a response today. So
Oh, okay.
it seemed like they were all things that he felt he could do. So round 2 is coming.
suggestions, eh?
Yeah. That's
Sounds like
a good
Mod Hub gets really picky.
That's a good way of saying it kicked back with errors that they rejected, and I guess they were helpful enough to give them some information as to how to correct those errors or where to look for those errors. Now there's another really nice mod that hit the Mod Hub today. We now have a bale conveyor and a log conveyor. One of the pictures showed a bunch of pallets being conveyed up into a tipper. That just didn't make sense, but
Just a multi-purpose belt that's a half decent width.
yeah, it looked like it would pick up anything. But the idea of a bale belt really intrigued me, and it's something I've been wanting for a while. To kind of emulate better the bale elevators or the bale conveyors that we used when I was growing up. They weren't really belts; they were really conveyors. They were chain driven.
So does it like auto stack them for you, or?
No, it doesn't auto stack. It's the equivalent of an in-game belt that basically will take anything, and it's a little different model, but it's a belt. It's belt driven, but you can drop the belt on the input hopper, and it'll just ride the conveyor belt up and dump off the bottom. So one of the pictures shows you basically selling bales at the BGA with it. You put the bale on the belt at the bottom, and it rides up and then dumps in the top.
Alright guys, let's try this again.
I can hear you.
Got the stream back up. Probably lost my viewers. I hope they can hear me in the stream, but we'll see what happens. Not sure, but
That's great, Genetic Jade, to know that you got it updated.
see if
And everything's working for you.
Where would you like me to plow? Or what would you like me to do?
Spectre's plowing on 35. Or I'm about done 40. We could all hammer out 35 and then do the big boy 31 as a group.
Oh man. I'll be back.
What?
Oh, I forgot that every time I start the computer, I gotta start up Truck Sim in order to get my steering wheel to free up.
Oh. This is funny.
Well, we've been putting off 31 for how many episodes now?
At least 3. I'm done. I'm almost done this one.
And of course, Steam has to update. Somebody's trying to tell me to just go to bed.
I hate Steam. Not a fan.
I've had to uninstall a lot of my Steam games because I got that Gold Rush one there, and that was one of the games that ate up my my hard drive too, along with the update that Farm Sim put in, and the new one they did for theirs. It ate up my drive, and I had like 500 megs left. And I was like, oh, ow. Hard drive redlining doesn't work too well on this thing. It gets real ugly.
Hey Howie, how are you doing?
So hence why I have all my things backed up and stuff. That's why I'm doing a reformat of opening up my whole 3 terabyte.
Well, I'm thinking the Platinum may be like 2 gigs, because on the dedicated server it already has the Platinum expansion, and it basically says it's 2 gigs in size to activate. So I'm wondering if maybe the Platinum's going to be a 2 gig download.
More than likely is, like you said, there's the map and all the implements that it's coming with, and I've opened up enough hard drive space now that I can easily accommodate the DLC to come in for now.
Hey, look, I can steer now.
Now, do you have force feedback in Farm Sim, or
Yeah.
is it just a wheel?
It's just a wheel, I believe.
No real resistance.
Well, the resistance is whatever you set it up in Truck Sim. Holy cow! Your fertilizer tank is going crazy.
What?
I don't know, I just had some kind of weird glitching with it.
I filled it, dealer. It cost me a fortune.
Anyway, I'm back in the stream. Hopefully people can hear me. It says I got people watching, so nobody's chatting. You got GPS running there, Spectre?
I do.
Alright, I'll join you momentarily. There's this one field down here that needed cultivating. I'm just gonna hit it, done, then I'll be done. It's quick.
Alright.
So since you're in, I thought, just in case you didn't hear any of the schedule earlier, I figured next week, Sunday, me and the wife are heading out of Dodge. She's got training. I'm going to sit in a hotel and play Farm Sim all darn day and enjoy myself.
Oh, that's right, I remember that.
Grandma's coming down to watch the kids. So we're going to be out of town Sunday through Wednesday day. At some point, I'm going to basically switch the server from UMRV to the Platinum DLC. And I figure Wednesday night stream will be the Platinum DLC. Just play on the map, mess with the equipment. And then since next Wednesday is my 1 year, or next Thursday is my 1 year Farm Simiversary, I'm gonna be live streaming most of the day. I went ahead and took it off. Figured I'd just take the rest of the week off. So we'll be live streaming that. We'll do Friday night stream. If you want to stream on the Platinum map, we'll do that too. Then I'm just going to leave the Platinum map up all of the next week because it's Thanksgiving, and I'm not going to be streaming Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, or Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. So it'll probably be up until like the following Tuesday. Then I'll take it down and we'll switch it back over to UMRV, and then we'll be back to the normal-ish schedule the week after Thanksgiving. What do you think?
Sure. Except the week after Thanksgiving, I probably won't be doing much because I'll be hunting. I'll be in the woods.
That's fine. If you want to sit out in the woods.
My freezer's empty. I need deer meat. It's like a national holiday around here.
Yeah, I know. Our director of facilities at the college, he's like, you know, there's like a month out of the year where 3/4 of my staff all asked for 2 weeks off.
Yeah, my Thanksgiving was like last month.
Canadian Thanksgiving's on October?
Yep.
I'm not sure if my chat's working in YouTube or just nobody's talking.
Let me pop over and I'll check there for you.
Thank you.
Let me pop over and
I know they were earlier. Thank you. Oh, Farmer Klein worked. I use that pop out, so. Howie. Yep, it works. Awesome. I wasn't sure because I stopped and started the stream so many darn times.
Yeah, you can sometimes get people orphaned. I was watching somebody and they went away and they were going to come back. And I sat there and sat there and sat there, and then I got noticed that they were live, and like, they're not live. I hit refresh and oh, there they are.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens quite a bit.
So Rockhounds, he's hesitant to update. He's got some update fears, so he hasn't updated yet.
Well, so far I don't have an issue.
Plus, I think he's working on some. I think he's working on something, so I don't think he wants to be distracted with messing with trying to resolve problems.
Well, that was my thing, and like Rubber Burner won't update because he's got oh, he won't update till his map's done.
True, but then he won't necessarily. Does he have extra crops in the map?
No.
Okay, because like I think Maverick's map, the one that I just did the video on right before the stinking update came out, I think the update broke his map because of all the extra crop types, and then Giants adding sugarcane. Do you want to show your viewers something cool with the new GPS mod?
Sure. For some reason, my foo bar is not sending the information to my stream. It says Winamp is not active. So what's the cool thing with the new GPS mod?
I've seen Winamp's not active a lot on your stream. But anyway, so jump out of tractor, pull up your chainsaw, and you should get like a little whoopster thingy.
Jump out of tractor. I forget what I gotta do to pull up my chainsaw.
So I'm gonna scroll with.
Oh, neat.
All right, now go over the dirt and point at it and click your mouse button. And hold it down for a little bit.
Nothing.
Do you see a pulsing circle?
Yep.
Hold it down longer.
So that's what your GPS coordinates, your elevation,
Okay,
your
it's been
fertilization,
forever,
and
but it's
your water, huh?
still not doing nothing.
All
There
right.
it is.
Okay. Yep. So that's your GPS coordinates of your map. That's your elevation. 33% is, I don't know what that is with respect to bare dirt, and 10% is the moisture content. So with the new seasons, the idea of moisture content is in there. If you are anywhere as close that you can get to like some grass, put over on the grass and you'll get more.
Huh. Well, my numbers are different, but yeah. That's pretty neat. Jason asked, do we have any cows or pigs yet on the map? Nope, we've not gotten that far yet. You gotta have money first.
We'll be adding cows once we can start making hay. And making dumping some grass in the fermenting silos. Then we'll pick up some cows. Because we're gonna have a lot of cows. I'm thinking like several hundred.
The map gives you the ability or the room for it anyhow.
Yeah, so we're gonna have several hundred cows, and I don't want to be buying at 8 bale increments a whole bunch of bales to feed like 300 or 400 cows for a whole bunch of days.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm sorry, I missed that where that feature came from. I hadn't headset off a minute. What was that all about?
The little handheld implement, that's new with seasons.
Oh, cool.
It will give you map coordinates, your elevation. If you're on a crop, it will tell you what crop it is. It'll tell you the percentage, the growth percentage that you're at. It will tell you how much moisture is in the ground. A couple other things. You can do it on trees to get information about how ready a tree is to harvest. Grass, you can do it on grass. You can pretty much do it on anything. It'll give you all kinds of info.
With the new seasons, can I put that in an already saved game and not have anything screw up?
Yes.
As long as there was a previous version of seasons.
Yes.
Okay.
The only thing that will happen is you won't be able to plant, if you have a geo, you won't be able to plant sugarcane because none of the geographic areas for which they have geos in actually have the ability to grow sugarcane. So, like if you're running the Midwest geo like we are, you'll notice we can't plant sugar beets or sugarcane. Now, if you are, I think if you're probably running base seasons.
Explain why in Rubber Burner's map, sugar beets don't show up on the seasons thing. Because I'm running a geo Alright. Because we were trying to troubleshoot that. And he's like, well, I don't know. Shows up. But
Yep.
I never thought to ask him if he had a geo in it because I didn't know that was an issue.
Yeah. So, like, if you pull up Alt S here, you'll see sugar beet. There's no growth. There's no harvest column because we have the Midwest geo. And sugar beets basically have been explicitly denied any harvest or growth times. Same with sugarcane; it's completely blank. Now there's another tab. If we go to the second button, there's now an economy tab where you can see a historical chart showing you crop prices over the year. So in theory, kind of predict when the best time to sell things are.
Okay.
You can see when cows are going to be the cheapest. It's going to be like day 9 of summer. Cows are going to be the cheapest, and cows are going to be the most expensive on like day 1 or 2 of winter. You can get all kinds of cool new information now.
That's neat.
They've apparently also redone, and good thing I'm done my bale challenge, because apparently they have lowered the price of silage bales to either stock price or below stock price.
Speaking of bale challenges, when is your big bale stacking thing?
You know, I haven't heard anything from Delta Bravo. Haven't heard anything back from him. I was gonna let the madness of Thanksgiving go away before I acquire anymore.
Yeah, I haven't heard back from him either. I need to figure out how I can get my stolen truck back.
Now, speaking of that, we were going to talk about that the other day. What was your reaction when you actually watched that video?
I laughed my butt off.
I told you I was still laughing 30 minutes afterwards.
I'm like, there's my stolen truck.
So for those that don't know what this discussion's about, Delta Bravo, who's been a good internet friend for a while with me, and DoughBoy's just made his acquaintance with the probably with the Crawford Farm deal mostly, but apparently he asked you for a graphic, right?
Yes.
So you're like, yeah, sure, you have a graphic. Me, knowing Delta Bravo, I'd been like, what do you want it for?
I tried that.
But he technically already has my graphic because I've got a customized me a Fendt tractor. But anyway, he did a video a couple weeks ago on how to basically add an ad strip to a vehicle, where he added DoughBoy's graphic to a B61 semi truck. I'm like, well, that's interesting. It's odd that he would be adding that graphic to the semi truck, because you know, if you were going to get a customized tractor, then he would have been you know, modding a tractor, not a pickup, not a semi.
Right.
So I didn't think too much of it, and then I go and watch his episode 2 of his Hoff Bergman series, and he starts talking about this semi truck that's rolled over and dumped a whole load of manure all over, and the cops have asked him to come in and pick it up and basically help clean up the mess, because the driver that was driving the truck has run off and can't be found. So he rolls up after finally getting there with his little old tractor and his little old tipper, and he shows an aerial view, and what comes into sight but a DoughBoy logo on the door, and that's where I about lost it.
What the heck is flying in the air?
All I have to say is wow.
There's an airplane on the map.
No, these are lights.
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 Whereabouts?
Look at my stream. Right
You
in
have-
the middle of the field.
You have UFOs?
We have UFOs. That's on the stream right now. There's 2 lights.
Oh, I see. I'm floating.
Oops. So yeah, apparently,
That's funny.
and then he plays the whole stream off trying to figure out who's the owner of the truck. And of course, everybody's like, "Oh, we know who it is."
Those lights are funny.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm trying to get a plow and then I'll be down there.
Well, remember that one week I told you about the red barrel I seen on one road up in the air?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out where that was. I
Setting
wanted to
up.
find it.
Oh wow, there's something else.
35 is done.
Alright. Meet you
What
over there
would
at
that be?
31. Sorghum cane? Did you see that, Rob, on my screen, or is that
There's
something else?
floating.
Well, there is no plow over here. I thought for sure there was a plow over here.
Not quite sure what that is. It's just a square. But there's something else floating.
Alright, well, there's no plow where I thought there was a plow, so now I gotta figure out where to plow it.
Where are we going? 31, you said?
Looks like a wall panel off of the building somehow.
Yeah. Ka-dunk. Ooh, whoa! That was a heck of a jump. Gotta be field entrance here somewhere. Do.
Make your own.
There was a plow over here. It was just hidden.
I came out of the field making my own on the last one. Darn near wrecked Rocktown's tractor. Oh, sign. Whoa! And I just passed the field entrance. I think.
Rob, I use a Thrustmaster T150 wheel.
Yeah, FK, that barrel area is, you know where the main farm is? Along that road going towards town, about on the second curve it was there. When I logged back into the game again, it disappeared. One time it was sitting that main road going to the farm from town, and it was on the second curve, halfway up in the air.
It might be like a dynamic object that's just too close to something, and sometimes if it's like if a vehicle or something's parked too close to a dynamic object, when you spawn in the map, sometimes the dynamic object can kind of take flight. I know Old Guy Farmer had that issue on the single player map that we were playing. That if you opened the building doors at the main farm and left them open, when you came back in the map, the red barrels that were right beside it would find their way in other places because they would kind of spawn in and take off due to a collision or something.
Jason says crazy driver. Yeah, I've been playing the rubber burner a little too much.
Do you have GPS?
He's been rubbing off. No, I'm doing a headland.
I have one gone.
I mean, I still have the same one going from the last one. It seems to be matching.
I thought if no one else was going to use the 12-wheeled tractor, I was going to get it.
There you go.
He just wanted to go all green.
Well, technically, we're all green. We all got John Deere tractors pulling John Deere plows.
You gonna break out the John Deere spreaders?
Yeah, we can. At some point.
I can't believe you're just now getting that. That one's been out for a little while.
Yeah, but I'm not a John Deere mod collector. Yeah, I basically considered that I had my solid fertilizer wrapped up in the AR spreader.
I won't play chicken with you.
There's actually some halfway decent models coming out now for the different brands, and there's been some of the John Deere that I like, but I've seen the models that look like a toy.
Oh, I know what. Maybe you might know the answer to this, Farmer Klein. Where can I go buy? Like, I know there's places where I can go buy a model and then it can be modded. Because, like, I have a idea for Rockhound, and he likes the idea, but can't find something to start with. He doesn't want to start from scratch. And I know people do it all the time and go out, and it's not all that expensive to buy, you know, a model, and then you just have to basically mod it.
What are you looking for?
A stainless steel spread axle reefer trailer. You know, like you see all over, you know, here.
Spread axle reefer. I know what a reefer is. I'm not sure I know what spread axle means.
The two axles in the back of the trailer aren't together. There's a 10-foot gap between each of them. Kind of like the flatbed we have, I think.
You're basically looking to make an American milk trailer, I guess.
No, that would be a tanker. A reefer is a refrigerated box
Yeah.
trailer.
Yeah. I don't know sites. I would just Google reefer trailer blender model and see what you get. Because I know Rockhound uses blender.
Okay.
Rockhound uses Maya, but I don't know that it matters.
I mess it up every single time.
I was gonna say, I was sitting here thinking about it, I was like, wait a minute. I thought he uses Maya.
Every time I mess it up.
Join the club. I'm forgetful too.
Well, I think he uses both. He just uses one more than the other, because, like, I guess having the two, you have more options to do certain parts or areas of the model itself.
I'm gonna put a headland on both ends of the field. It'll make turning around a lot easier.
Sounds like a plan.
That was almost too close for comfort there.
A little bit. I thought we were gonna high five our discs and one of us break off a couple discs and have to go get them fixed, but we made it.
Nick J is suggesting look up reefer trailer in Google SketchUp, which is a is another modeling type application.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks guys for the advice. I'll see what I can find.
I'll be right back, guys.
That means no more county line until he's done the map if he's not going to update.
I can switch back. Either way, I'll have to switch back whether we put it on the multi, because we didn't even do it the last time. We didn't do it on the multiplayer server because we couldn't get Gearbox to work on it. Because we can't, I mean, Gearbox works, but we can't get realistic transmissions in the semi trucks or some of the tractors, because in game you edit the XML file. On the server, it won't let you upload an XML file. Because you know how in your mod folder, like GPS puts GPS XML config or GPS configure XML folder. That's what Gearbox does, and you just go in there and you edit it, and then your tractor or your semi truck will find, you know, its transmission. Well, multiplayer won't let us upload a folder, only a zip mod, you know.
Right, but wouldn't that would still be a client option, because like I have GPS defaults that are different than your GPS defaults, and they're all stored in that XML file. Wouldn't that XML file just be a client-side config?
I don't know. We've been fighting and trying to get this thing to work, and it doesn't work, because the only way we know how to get our transmissions in is to edit that config file. And we can't figure out how to get it on the server. Now, somebody did recommend, I don't remember who it was, during a live stream, said that we can edit the... Yeah, that's exactly it there, Spectre. Except the sides wouldn't be white, they would be like a chrome or a stainless steel. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Well, he can add that texture in Blender.
Right. But they said that you can go in the mod itself and add that transmission in the XML, and then it'll work. So we haven't tried that yet.
Where did you find that trailer?
I'll see if I can post the site.
Did you see Eustace's POW truck tribute video?
Yep. I commented on him. I said, "You're using the front camera all wrong."
Yeah, I told him. He's like, I don't know why the camera's there. You just take it out, and I was like, the camera's so you can see when you hook up the front hitch. He's like, oh, I didn't even know there was a front hitch. I totally missed that.
That's actually an American Truck Simulator mod. I don't know if they're compatible or not, but
Yeah, there's ways to convert them. I just don't know how. Some of the semi trucks that we have in game, that's how they came over.
does Rockhound know how?
I don't know. I'd have to ask him.
I think that's technically against the terms of service with the farm sim, is to pull models from other games.
Oh, you're having issues there, Spectre, aren't you?
Caught on a wire. I didn't see that.
Yeah. It might be against their terms, but there's a lot of people doing them.
Yeah, it would just probably prohibit it from hitting the mod hub. If they could figure out, or if they realized that it was,
model.
yeah, if they realized that the base came from a different game.
Link's posted.
I saw it. Thank you. How comes it says Farmer Klein 1 on your name?
I think it's because I imported a save game to the server. So I'll put a link in. It's not spread axle, but it's definitely it's a model that you can download. It doesn't look like it costs anything. Perfect clearance. That was awesome. So the reason it's quiet in chat is in the game is because I'm tabbed out. I'm looking for that trailer. If I'm out of tab, so I've got a 48-foot classic van that's that's split axle, but it doesn't have the reefer on the front. But it's possible that he could get a reefer model yank the reefer module off the front and slam it in the van. That would maybe work.
Yeah, it might. I'd have to walk them through some other texture issues because there's always vans are quite different than reefer trailers. If you know what you're looking at.
Look, when you get later, look at those two links here.
I've found several of them, but they're all private mods.
So this is a site for downloading models.
Right. No, I understand that. I was just saying I found several mods, and when I did talk with the people using them, they're all like, "Man, I'd love to share it, but it's private." I'm like, oh. There's two things I was looking at everywhere for, one of which I'm about to soon have. Rockhound just finished it. Actually, I should say three things, but that was that one, and then there was the John Deere no-till grain drill. I mean, there's one out, but it's really not that great looking or realistic looking. And then there's one that is realistic looking, but has all kinds of errors. And I found one, and in fact, it's the creator of this map has it. And he's like, it's not it's will be released eventually, but it's not released yet. And then it was the reefer trailer, which I found several of them, and when I talked to the person privately, not in their live stream, and explained what I was, you know, that I've been looking for one and why I want one. And of course they filled me in on the same thing. It was private. I'm like, ugh. Where you go? Oh, you're finishing the headlet.
Yeah, because we got utility poles right here up against the edge. Might as well get a too wide headland here, and I'll join you all with the up and downs again.
Jason says, later guys, I will catch you on the next video. Have a good one. See you, Jason. Hopefully I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow night. I know Rubber Burner and I were talking about doing something, so probably be either American Truck Sim or Spin Tires, because I'm not sure if I can convince him to update Farm Sim yet. Hoping I can, because I really want to get another episode of County Line recorded this weekend to get it up next week, but we'll see. I know in his stream he said he's so close to getting his map ready for release and should have it done this weekend. I was like, oh great, so you're gonna be working on that, so that means no County Line. But he actually doesn't work at all this weekend, so we might be able to get around to it. I'm the one that has to work this weekend. He's off and I have to work, go figure.
So yeah, when I uploaded this, I just uploaded a local save game. And in your save game, there's like player name is listed. So it obviously had that as the player name. And then I guess when I jump in, it sees it as a duplicate, so it has a 1 on the end. So I haven't created a save game that's been exclusively on the server side to then download that and compare the two, but I expect if I downloaded this save game, took the player name out and uploaded it back, it would probably wouldn't have the 1 in there.
All right.
So I'll mention it to you here. When I jumped into Ice's stream, he came up with this idea to have a special live stream where all the PCSG streamers are together. He asked me, when are you going to stream with us? And I'm like, well, you always stream when I'm at work.
Yeah.
And when I stream, you're asleep. You know, that's the way it works. Because we're so globally diverse. He said, basically, I told him I'm -5, you know, and so he's 6 hours ahead of me. Johnny V is 10 hours I'm at -5 and he's at +10, so we're 15 hours apart.
Right.
And then, you know, you got others in England, you got others in Germany, you got others all over the place. So
yeah, the only day it works for me is a Saturday, and that's if I'm not doing anything, because it's right smack dab in the afternoon.
yeah, it's right in the middle. It's like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So he was talking about maybe putting a post and seeing if he could organize it, and that would mean that some folks would have to get at the early dawn. Some folks would be up super late. Try to do a special CSG streamers members thing. I said we'll just see how it works, but during the day I want to be with the kids. I don't want to be sitting on the computer and the kid want to come over and play.
Right.
I want to. If he has no interest in me, then it's one thing. But if he wants to play a game or do something, then I want to be a part of that, because there'll be plenty of time when he gets older where he won't want to do anything with me.
Right. Exactly.
Are you all on the return pass? Looks like it. Or are you going away from me? Okay. I'll just sit down here and look at these trailer models again.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I tell him with anything else, it depends on when it is. You know, he thought I got mad at him, and that's why I haven't joined them on Friday, Saturdays, or Sundays. And I'm like, no, it's the opposite. Just too busy. You know, I only have limited time to try to get my videos done or prep for my videos, and it just doesn't work out. And he's like, well, I just thought maybe I did something, because he is, how do you want to put it? He can get on somebody's wrong side without even knowing that he did it. If that makes any sense. I don't know how to explain it, because I don't mean it negatively. It's just his culture, I guess, or I don't know. I'm digging a grave, and I don't know how to explain it. But he thought I got mad at him, and he didn't realize what he did to make me mad at him. And I was like, no, that's not it. He's like, well, you just haven't joined us in forever, and you know, I see you on, you know, with Farmer Klein and Rubber Burner and Delta Bravo and all this. Is like, dude, they just happened to work out. You know, I said, Farmer Klein, I've been wanting to join, because we get along. You know, it's one of those deals we became friends and got along. We thought it would be cool to do something, and he happens to be doing a map that I absolutely love. And I said, his time, I mean, he's in Virginia, so it works. It's perfect. I said, Delta Bravo just happened to be, you know, Rubber Burner asked me to try to make a point because I'm testing his map for him, and Delta Bravo is testing it in a multiplayer scenario, and he wanted me to try to be a part of it. So that's how that started. And I'm just like, it's all timing, man. I said, I'm not, you know, nobody there upset, you know, that I'm upset with or anything like that. It's just timing. In the middle of the afternoon on a weekend, I'm either, you know, at band rehearsal or doing something with the kids or whatever. And Fridays, obviously, I'm working.
Again, it comes down to the time frames of this, that, and the other, and it doesn't always work out.
Exactly. That's just it. But yeah, I mean, I think that'd be cool to get all the streamers together. If it's possible. And the bad part to that is now it's going to be even harder to do because Christmas is right around the corner. You know,
Yep.
We're coming in a major holiday season, and to get people to be able to do something.
Yep.
But I think it's a great idea. It's just we've got to work out the logistics.
So Rob says that Ice was streaming when we started. If he was still streaming, that's... He also does those like 6-hour streams, which I could never sit in for. 3 hours and I'm about done. I gotta take a break.
There's times where I can do it.
I don't think I could stream that long because there's days that I want to play the game for hours, and there's days like I'll start playing it and it's like, yeah, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
I might get an hour, maybe 2 in, and it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, no more. You go do something else.
So we're about half done the field.
Watch movies.
Hey, Farmer Oops, how are you doing?
And we still got another big one to do yet too, right? Don't we have 34 yet too?
Whatever's right beside it.
Yep, that's 34. So what were the mods that had issues with the update? Manual fast forward and that auto trigger mod.
I know I had an issue with the animated door trigger fix, which is the one that lets you open the gates from in cab. But that's been updated. As long as you update that, you're good. Manual fast forward did something for somebody. I don't recall what it did. I just took it out because I wasn't using it. Commodity prices, which is what I used to always use to put the high-low price information in the upper right corner. That has an issue because they added sugarcane, I think, and since they added sugarcane, it doesn't know what to do with it, and it basically causes the game to crash when you exit, or it causes the game to crash when you bring it up. Okay, well, for me, since I didn't know that, I had commodity prices in. The game was crashing when I would hit exit, and I was having the video stuttering problem because it was trying to update the shader cache, because I think Giants changed some graphics engine stuff. So since the game was crashing, it could never write the shader cache out. So every time I came in the game, it was trying to do the same thing over and over and over. Once I finally took commodity prices out, it was able to update that cache because I was watching the files, the modified date on the files, and when I hit save, it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't update the files in the folder while I was in game. It only updated the files after I hit exit and it closed out. So since commodity prices was prohibiting my game from actually closing out right, then it was basically prohibiting the cache from updating.
Yeah, talking with
Farmer Oops says hello. Hello, Farmer Oops.
Mine was, I was listening to Zorly on one of his videos, and he was talking about the cache file and all that, and I happened to look at mine, and I had a lot of corrupt files, or errored files, in my cache folder. So I cleared it out and started my game up again, and you saying about your stuttering issue, I was getting the stuttering, but he said it would, I basically having my games rewrite into that folder again.
Right, yeah, you have to cache base, what they say is cache in, walk around the map. Yeah, that's one thing that I know everybody says you're supposed to do, and I never remember to do it, and that's clear that folder. How often do you clear your cache folder, Farmer Klein?
Never.
Oh.
I dumped it when I was having the issues, and then the issues went away. So for poops and grins, I moved the cache folder out and I put the original back in because I just moved it out. Pulled the game back up. I didn't have any issues. So, I just left the old one in there. Cleared it out. I had a ton of, I had multiple iterations of the same file, just, you know, new file name and obviously new change date. And I had a bunch of little files that kind of indicated that there were errors. But I attribute that to like the 100+ maps that I've looked at over the last 7 months.
Ice must be done streaming because Farmer Klein jumped in. Or not Farmer Klein, Farmer Oops. Yeah, I was supposed to try and join them tomorrow, and I'm not going to be able to because I'll be at work.
But that's good money coming in, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow should be pretty much all overtime or darn near. And it's fun tomorrow. I get to run equipment tomorrow. I'm not driving a truck.
Oh, I see an issue with his John Deere.
Uh-oh.
If you go outside the cab and get your camera so you're looking at the bottom of the front of the tractor, I think his shocks are rotating around the axle. There's two things that keep dropping down on the bottom of the tractor and rolling up as the axle spins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I see it too. Kind of a whitish look thing there.
Yeah, I thought I'd give the stream a little up close of his tractor and the
No, that's drive shaft.
the giant wide tires.
It's a drive shaft. Yeah, it's the front drive shafts going out to the wheels. Because there's the yoke with no drive shaft. And there's the drive shaft.
But I guess something like that would be easy to miss if you weren't looking at it just right.
Joseph, what would be the best farm for the Big Bud? We can now skip nights in multiplayer with the new seasons. That's
Nice.
that's really why I wanted to update it quick, is so when we got to it being too dark, we could just skip nights now.
I took a look at that that new Aussie map that's out. That
Broad Acres.
place is monstrous.
Yeah.
Ah, Hobbs Farm. Yeah, it's got some wide open fields. That map's been out for quite a while.
Yeah, it's a 16X. I'm about half crazy enough to try it.
So, Spectre, do you want to say something about that? Spectre's got something to say about Broadacres, don't you? Or no? Not yet. Okay. Ison on them are talking about it in their stream. They were talking about somebody trying to put it up on multiplayer, and they were saying that it was it had like 1,700 errors.
Yeah, well,
but most of them were graphics related, I think.
Ice and them tried to put the first version when it first came out. They tried it because it being Johnny's hometown or area, and they had a bunch of issues. And I know some of the posts that I've been looking at on Facebook, they fixed most of them. And every time I turn around, and there's what, they've got a couple updates on it now. I haven't personally played it yet. I downloaded it and I've looked at it. I've contemplated being crazy enough to do it, but it's definitely not a live stream map. It's more of a video map, and you're going to be doing a lot of course play managing. I'm waiting because there's a couple other maps I want to try and do something with. I'm waiting on one of them to be released. I'm supposed to be getting early privileges to put it on the channel.
Yeah, well, Duck did a thing up on it, and he was saying it's like a course playing map and such.
Yeah.
And
well, Duck's doing a series on it.
Yeah.
I told Duck, I said, you're going to plant grass in every field. That's what he's going to do. He's going to break his grass bale record.
He'll definitely break the game because all that grass.
Mm-hmm. But I could see him doing it. Tell me you can't. He's the grass master.
A new spin on Sea of Green.
Yeah.
Like some of those fields are what, 80-90 hectares or a lot or bigger, or like
600, 400. They're hundreds of hectares. Smallest fields are probably like 30 and 40. And this particular field that we're on right now is like 34.
I'd rather see, if you're gonna produce a 16x map, I'd almost rather see multiple farms and lots of fields than huge fields.
Yeah, I'd like to see, if you're going to do something ginormous like that, I would like to see hundreds of fields that are of modest size, maybe 5 hectares to 40, but hundreds of fields.
Yeah,
and,
make it a multiplayer.
And 20 or 30 usable farms, and you know, a couple big towns and stuff like that. But to just lay out 40 or 50 ginormous fields, just
to fill the space, yeah.
Yeah.
And I get it. I know fields over in Australia are huge. but I don't think they're hundreds of hectares of field. I really don't. I mean, I could be wrong. I know Johnny V was talking about how big stuff is, you know, fields and whatnot are over there, and we were comparing them to like the Midwest here, and you know, same type deal. But I don't see them being that big. Rockhound. DoughBoy uses Maya for modeling, and is your truck working? Honestly, I don't know, Rockhound. I literally got home from work today for the first time all week, sat down, did the update, and joined Farmer Klein. I have not got to play with anything. Oh, I did download it. I downloaded it tonight, but I have not been able to jump in and take a look at it, and I have to work tomorrow too, so I'm hoping tomorrow night, but I can't answer that yet. I'm sorry, man. This week has just been life. I guess the best way to put it. Real life became hectic.
Hey, you should show him the thing we found on his tractor.
Oh yeah, Rockhound, take a look at this, buddy. We broke a drive shaft. That's a front drive shaft right there, both of them. There's one. There's the other one.
And they're at 90 they're at 90-degree angles to what they should be, right?
Yeah, 90 degrees to what they should be and 180 degrees out. They're broke. I think somebody got stuck and tried to jam it in four-wheel drive or something, but
Alright, so I'm all for finishing this field off and then calling it.
yeah, I'm gonna have to. I need to, 5 o'clock comes early.
Time flies, you were having fun, right?
Yeah, I miss playing. Hoping to get some in this weekend, but
Oh, we started on the wrong side of the field. We should have started on this side, so we were done on the other side where we got to plow that field.
where we got a what?
We got to plow that other field, and now we're on the wrong side of the field that it's not right
Ah,
across the
that's okay.
street.
Looks like Spectre's gonna have to do about a 4-foot width.
So Genetic J says something about the model. Doesn't make sense to me, but if Rockhound can hear me on your side, it might make sense. It says the model for the drive shaft might not have been made Y up or Z up like the rest of the front end.
Yeah, it's all Chinese speak to me. Don't know.
But visually at a distance, you don't really see that, unless like.
No, you don't.
So it can be something that anybody could miss, really, being small little pieces.
Yeah, you just don't see it until you do weird things like I do. When I'm bored, I just zoom in and get real close to stuff while it's running to see what moves and what doesn't move. Like on this 9R, I found that you could go in and get the right angle. You can see the rotating drive shaft, front and back.
Oh, cool.
You know, I didn't get any lag until you all tried to fly past me on the field, and then I got jerky.
I'm just trying to find the exit. Oh, there it is. Because I'm actually driving Rockhound's tractor, so I don't need to put her in a ditch. Lord knows I don't have four-wheel drive anymore.
I just put mine in a ditch.
Oh. Now you watch, I'll drive up this road, and the entrance to the field's gonna be on the road I just came off of. Actually, that looks like a good enough entrance right there.
Oh no, we're in trouble now.
Why is that?
A low flying truck.
We haven't took flight for a while, so I thought I'd take flight.
I really like the lights on the back of that truck. On the top of the camper. I think that's cool.
Yeah, this version doesn't turn the greatest, but it flies the best. The other one turns very good, but it doesn't fly as good.
Oh.
Now this truck with the AR log trailer full of logs is awful tippy. I think because it's got such good suspension travel, it body rolls real easy.
There's a flatbed trailer in the middle of the field.
Middle of the field.
Yeah, like we forgot to pick it up. Maybe.
Looks like that tree saved you there, Klein.
Oh yeah, the low loader. It's not in the middle of the field, it's off to the side. I forgot what the dash of this one looked like. I hadn't been in the dash of the old truck version. Didn't have forward. The truck didn't have forward drive by default.
No. Silverados don't.
Oh.
We may have a problem.
Oh no. You get stuck somewhere?
Somebody call the fire trucks. We got a truck into a house.
I'm coming.
I get out of it. Oh, oh, nope. Yeah, got it. Yeah, you almost landed right in my tailgate. Now we're locked together. I can't go anywhere.
You got front wheel spinning now.
It doesn't show up in the HUD.
So we don't have drive control.
Oh. Well, and that's why we don't have four-wheel drive.
Alright guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. And we'll be on West Coast tomorrow, or at least I'll be on West Coast tomorrow. And we won't be doing UMRV. My back end is sunk below the ground.
Where you at?
Over here by the trees. So we'll be doing West Coast tomorrow, and next week we're going to be doing the Platinum DLC map. And I'm going to open that up to anybody in the Discord that wants to join. I'll post a password in there. And we got 8 slots, so we can have 8 people in.
Caught some good air there.
And we'll just have a good old time on the Platinum map for next week with the play with the sugarcane, play with the new equipment, play with the new map, and specifically Thursday at noon. So Thursday at noon next week, I am going to do a live stream, first impressions of the Platinum map.
Nice.
I'm not going to release the one at 6 a.m. I'm just going to do a nooner on the Platinum map live stream.
It didn't work out so good.
So until next time, guys.
I might be stuck.
Happy farming.